can't come in here.
I'm Chuck Berry.
Chuck Berry's a country and western singer.
Is he? You know who else he is? He's me.
Says he's Chuck.
Let's talk about how country music was created by Black people. Now, there's a myth that you've been taught. You've been taught that country music is the music of white Southerners. The truth is that country music originated among enslaved Africans. Let's start with the banjo. The banjo is an important part of country music. Yet, this instrument originated from West African lutes, which were instruments that were brought to America by enslaved Africans. In fact, the banjo is an African instrument that was an integral part of slave music. Country music is based on the song of the enslaved person. However, country music was labeled as hillbilly music and then was marketed as for whites and not blacks. Black country singers received no credit for their music. Banjos were used at festivals and contests were held that Black people were not allowed to participate in. And even the sound was modeled after songs by enslaved Africans. Country music is not white people music.
What is it about Beyonce making country music that has y'all so mad? Just won't leave any area alone, right? They just have to seize control over every aspect, don't they?
They've got to make their mark, just like a dog in a dog walk park. You know, every dog has to mark every tree, right? So that's what's going on here. Shania and the other folks you talked about, what they did is they were in country music and they went out. That's one thing. But people coming into country music have because I know a little something about country music.
First of all, who is they and why are y'all comparing us to dogs? Y'all do know that Black people created country music, right? She's from Texas. So this didn't seem off-brand for me at all. And how ironic is it for a white person to say they just come and try to take over everything? Not the pot calling the kettle black. I'm not even a fan of country music. I'm not gonna hold you. But now I hope that she eats y'all up. And she will. Whatever you're doing to make them mad, keep your foot on their...
This is an interesting time to be alive. I really find it the most amazing time to be alive. Because really, how are you saying that we are really coming for everything when that is you? That is who you are. You took everything from Black people and you still want more. What else haven't we given you? What haven't Black people given? And even when we give, you still want more. People expect Black people to stay mute, not talk. Just shush. What do you think we are? After everything we've ever created in this system, this is why I'm saying I am not helping effing mother effings to maintain the system. I'm done. It's getting to a point where I'm not even considering kids, and let alone dating outside of my race. Because if I have to have kids and have a man, that man needs to fall in line. He needs to fall in line. But back to Beyonce. I'm getting tired. Didn't country music, just like any other genre, was created by Black people?
Am I allowed to have a cultural moment and just geek out at the fact that Beyonce is literally going through genre after genre of music that Black people have created, but for whatever reason, appropriation, may not be connected to, and is quite literally reclaiming each of those genres? We are on a journey with her. Renaissance is literally a reawakening and a reminder of the genres that Black people have created, starting with dance, a genre that was heavily influenced by Black queer people. Now we're going into country, a genre that was created by Black folks. A tidbit a lot of folks forget. So if this is what she's doing, and we are literally going through genre by genre and reclaiming these genres for the culture, then this woman is brilliant. This woman is genius. I thought we were just going through genre by genre of things that she was directly connected to, i.e. her connection with Uncle Johnny and dance and being from Texas and loving country music. But no, she's doing this for the culture. And I personally am excited.
Well, I don't know if anyone saw this one coming, but Beyonce just dropped a country music song. The song is called Texas Hold'em, and it came out on streaming today. And it starts with a banjo intro, and that moves into a pretty awesome country song. Now, I have to say that I did not see this coming in any way whatsoever, and so I was pretty excited to see what the song sounded like, and I gotta tell you, it sounds great. I thought maybe it might sound a little bit like Old Town Road from Lil Nas X, have that kind of a vibe to it, but it doesn't at all. It's a very rootsy, very genuine, very authentic country music song. What's really awesome is that it features this lady here, Rhiannon Giddens, and a lot of people might not know who she is, but she's an incredible talent. She got her start in the Carolina Chocolate Drops with Dom Flemons, and since then has moved on to do all kinds of different things, from opera to more pop type music, but she's always been really, really involved in the roots music community. Just that, but also promoting women who play instruments like the banjo and roots folk instruments, and having that kind of instrumentation in songs. She had a group called Our Native Daughters, and it was made up of 4 women, and the album that they put out is just unbelievably good. The songwriting is impeccable, the instrumentation is great, definitely worth checking out. So yeah, definitely go check out this song, Texas Hold'em by Beyonce featuring Rihanna Giddens. It's awesome.
I feel like we really need to remind people who we are as a Black society, what we have contributed, not just in this system but outside of it as well, because outside of it we had our own civilization as well. We had created things that people to this day do not give us credit for. They would rather give credit to aliens when we know damn well that it's Black people, right? It's Black people. Now, if you made it this far, please click the bell icon, comment, and tell me what you think. I'm just curious.
Black people are mad at me because I said that people of color invented country music and not Black people specifically. And you know what I have to say to that? I am sorry. I totally misspoke in that video. I misrepresented the creation and origins of country music as a whole, and I would like to genuinely apologize for the way that I phrased that. I figured today could be a little history lesson for all of the non-Black folks out there who did not know that country music was in fact created by Black people. Country music originally was a form of storytelling. Now, a little bit of background here. Country music is fundamentally comprised of a few key components: string instruments, storytelling, and simply put, vibes. I don't know about you, but when I think of the banjo, Appalachia, bluegrass, and country music all come to mind. Much like a lot of the instruments that we hear and use today, the banjo was brought to the U.S. by African slaves. They would fashion the banjo and a lot of other stringed instruments out of things like gourds, dry gourds, which is just absolutely fascinating to me. Anyhow, these stringed instruments would be used during the inception of what we know today as blues. And blues was the parent genre of so many styles of music that we hear on the radio today, including country, because of the heavy storytelling that was often found in blues music. Now, here's the important part. At the time of the inception of country music, Black people were not allowed to be in spaces where white entertainment took place. So it was very common for white people to put on blackface and perform this blues-esque music that was created by the African slaves. And get this, the music was so good, even when it was being used as a joke for entertainment, that it started to be taken seriously in mainstream media. So literally, Black people created a genre of music, white people stole that music, did it on stage in blackface for entertainment purposes, and the viewers of these racist depictions liked the music so much that it started to gain traction and became a popular music genre. Of course, the credit goes to not Black people. And over time, country music has been influenced by other POCs. Spanish music is another example of something that has influenced country music over time. But in my original video, when I said it was created by, I should have said Black people. So I'm sorry. I hope this video was insightful and that it taught you something. And I'm excited to see what Beyonce does with this country album. I think it's going to be one for the books. Well, much love to you, sweetheart. Have a beautiful day. Now it's your turn. You go tell your friends that country music was created by Black people. And let's start giving the credit where it is due, my friends.
Since Beyonce announced her new album with its featuring of country music, a few eyebrows have been raised, mostly by the non-melanated crew. But were you aware that Black people actually invented country music? There are many sources that can be found making this claim, but the one I'll be using is this one. This is an excerpt from said article. It states, country music is a melting pot of black culture. Hillbilly music in particular is a combination of folk songs created by African immigrants from the British Isles in the 18th and 19th century. Southern black people invented the banjo and the fiddle, popular instruments used in country music in the 1690s. You may also be surprised to learn that the first country music star was a black man. His name was Deford Bailey, and he was from Smith County, Tennessee. He played what he called black hillbilly music and incorporated his harmonica with it. He lived a long, healthy life and was inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame in 2005, as we see here. For more information on Deford Bailey, you can visit this link. Thank you guys and have a day.